This is part 3 of my comparison of road trip times for an ICE car versus the same trip in a Tesla Model Y or a BMW i3. This day was not quite as long as the day before. We left our hotel in Independence, Missouri around 8 a.m. and drove by the Truman Library and Truman's house, both of which were unfortunately closed. Then we went through Kansas City on Interstate 70 and took a slight detour for an early lunch in Lawrence, Kansas at Cane's Chicken Fingers. Then back to the interstate for several hours of very straight driving, going by a lot of windmills and fields, until we reached the Colorado state line. Eastern Colorado looked otherworldly. We decided to splurge on a hotel in downtown Denver, where we walked around and had dinner. Now let's look at the driving times and distance. Google Maps estimates driving of 9 hours and 10 minutes to go 616 miles. Now let's compare that to the estimates a Better Route Planner has come up with for our 2 electric vehicles. Just as a reminder to everyone, for the electric vehicle estimates, I'm assuming that we would stop at hotels with level 2 chargers and would be able to recharge overnight to 90% state of charge to start each day. First, the Model Y estimate. It's 10 hours and 43 minutes to go 621 miles. The extra mileage for getting to the charger. So we'll probably have that with the gas car too. That's only 17% longer today than the ICE trip. That's almost 2.5 hours longer. So it's a long day that's still noticeably longer, but not as bad as yesterday. There are 5 charging stops, 5 minutes in Topeka, Kansas, 15 minutes in Salina, Kansas, 29 minutes in Hays, Kansas, 20 minutes in Goodland, Kansas, and 13 minutes in Lyman, Colorado. Or is it Lehman? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that name. Notice that most of these stops are not really that much longer than you would stop to refuel a gas car, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, get something to eat or a snack. 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 13 minutes. I'm sure we stopped for longer than 13 minutes in Lyman. All in all, I think this is indicative that doing this trip in the Tesla Model Y would have been almost comparable to doing it in a gas car. Finally, let's look at what it would have been like in the BMW i3. In that case, it would take 13 hours and 57 minutes to go 625 miles. So maybe the chargers are a little further off the highway than the Tesla chargers. That's 52% longer than today's ICE trip. That is basically the same percentage increase for the i3 over the ICE as yesterday's driving percentage was. It's almost 4 hours longer than the ICE trip. Interesting enough, it's the same 5 cities for charging stops. 32 minutes in Topeka, Kansas, 48 minutes in Salina, Kansas, 42 minutes in Hays, Kansas, 44 minutes in Goodland, Kansas, and 45 minutes in Lyman, Colorado. The leg between Lyman and Denver also requires us to drive slower than the speed limit. That's what the orange line on the Better Route Planner map indicates for the route. It's looking like this would not be so bad in a long-range electric car now that we're not driving quite so far during the day. I'd still rather do it in the Tesla Model Y than the BMW i3, but it's still doable. Please, if you enjoyed this little comparison, like this video, and don't forget to click subscribe to be notified when I post more videos like this. And while you're at it, ring that notification bell icon as well. Thank you very much.